morning, y'all. Listen, we are fixed to cook some Lacy cornbread and all, and I've already got my cabbage done. But before we do that, before we do the Lacy cornbread, I've got this old brown paper sack, and you can get one at the grocery store, wherever you need to get yours, and kind of crunch it up like this. Y'all aren't going to believe it. You aren't going to believe it. And kind of get it in a long, kind of skinny shape like that. Like that, kind of. Like an oval shape. All right, this is supposed to be, this is a hornet's nest. So then you take your black marker. Y'all ever do that? And you draw some little hornets on it. So I'm going to draw one right there. And all it is a little elongated body. Do you a couple of wings out on it like that. Maybe a leg or two. And some little feelers. And you got your hornet. And then color the wings too, so they'll show up. And then go up here and do you another hornet. Make you some wings. And some little legs. How many legs does a hornet have? Y'all know? It's an insect, so how many do they got? You answered me? They have 6. And how many does a spider have? It's an arachnid. It has 8. All right, so I'm going to draw these little hornets all over this sack. I mean, just all over the front of the sack. Now, this lady that's a friend of mine, her name is Susan Cravey. She saw my little video where I was complaining about those bees eating up my pork swing. So she sent me a picture. And she said, Brenda, get you a paper sack from the grocery store. Get it kind of the shape you want to make it look like a hornet nest. And then draw you some little hornets all over it. And I told her, I said, Susan, I'm going to try that. So, Susan, there it is, honey. I'm going to draw one down here. You want to draw at least 8 or so on there, okay? Y'all draw you some little hornets. And here's what happens. You hang this. You can kind of hang it with that or just on a nail or tack it any way you want to do it. Out on your porch, maybe on the post or up there in where those bees can see it. And she said that her bee population has really been cut down. This way you don't have to kill the bees. They leave because they don't want to be around that hornet nest. They go find something else to chew on. So I'm not charging y'all for that little bit of information. But I thought it was interesting enough to share. And I'm going to finish drawing my little hornets this afternoon. Even though most of my carpenter bees have already quit coming. Once in a while I'll see one out there, but the majority of them, I don't know where they go. But they're gone. All right, let's get on with our cornbread. All right, with this cornbread, you get you a black skillet. We are going to put some vegetable oil in it. And I would say you want the bottom coated good. You don't have to have too much, but you know, have it coated good. All right. Now, I'm going to only make a few because it's just for me to eat. I got a new apron today, but I waited to try it on so y'all could see it. All right, so I'm going to turn this on high while I'm doing it. Here's my new apron. Now, if you've got a figure like me and you need to lose some weight around here, you can get you one of these. Because when you tie it, look at there. Makes me look like I got this little bitty waist right here. There's my hands. Isn't it cute? All right, let me put this thing on. I'm going to have me a good figure while I cook this thing. Cook our little cornbread today. There we go. Let me move my hands so that it look like those are my hands. Holding the little skirt out. All right, y'all, we've got our cabbage in here. Y'all know I have to eat cabbage at least once a week. Look here. Does that look good? Oh, I love cabbage. You talking about good for you? Help you lose weight and everything. All right, so here we go. We've got our oil turned on high. I may turn it down just a little bit, but I want to kind of get it on hot. Let me get out the spatula. I forgot that I got to have that. All right. Now, what you want to do is this. You have got to have some stone ground cornmeal. It will not work with any other kind. And this is the fine kind. In other words, it says stone ground and it's real fine. And I'm only going to get out 2 serving spoons of it. 1 and 2. So make sure you get the fine grind. Don't be asking me a bunch of questions, but here's what you want. See down here, this one says water ground, and it says fine right there. Sifted, and it says, where does it say fine grind? I know it says it on here somewhere because I bought it. It says it on here somewhere. I know it does. But there it is in big letters. Fine grind. Oh, fine grind. Extra fine. This one's extra fine. So only got 2 spoonfuls in you there. And you say, Brenda, that is hardly anything. All right, so what you do is you take your water. Let me put you right here a minute. I'm going to sit y'all on the stove. I hope you don't get burned. I'll turn this off for right now while we're talking. Okay, here's our cornmeal. And we are going to mix regular water with it. This is not cold water. It's not hot water. It's just water right out of my tap. And I'm going to put it in a little at the time. And I'll show y'all why. It's going to get kind of gummy. And that's what it's supposed to do. And don't put in a bunch at one time now. Only put in a little at the time. See how it's doing? It's not near ready yet, though. All right, put a little bit more. This is the recipe that when I was first married, when George was looking for moonshine liquor stills, he came upon a lady that, back in the woods, that made this kind of cornbread. And he told her that he wanted me to know how to make it, so she got him over there at the stove and taught him how. All right. Now see what's happening? It's getting creamier and creamier, but it's too thick. You see that? That's too thick. So put a little more. This is why you don't put much of that cornmeal in there at a time. This is key to it. A little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to turn my eye back on. I think it's about ready to start. The first one is your practice try. If it spreads out too much, it means it needs a little bit more cornmeal. If it doesn't spread out at all, hardly, it just goes out in a clump, that means you didn't put in enough water. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try it like this. All right, here you go. Now look at that. Does that help you any to know how to do it? All right, that's what you want. I got the fine grind cornmeal in there, and I've got water. I am going to add a little salt because nothing's in there. Nothing is in it. They don't put salt and stuff in it. It's plain. All right, now I can move you back over here where you can watch. Whoop, you fixed to fall. There. I tell you what I'll do. Well, that's as good as I can get it. Y'all just have to do the best you can. All right, so I've got it on number 7. I've got it on number 7. And you're only going to cook one at a time. Let me get me out a platter. Okay. I hope this is going to be our practice one. I'm going to see if it's hot enough. Get you a spoonful, like that, and put it gently in the center of your skillet. Do you see all those little holes in it that look like lace? Can y'all see that? That's what it's supposed to look like. And it's supposed to be as thin as paper. So mine didn't spread out too much. But it did spread out. It's supposed to be spread like that, and you're supposed to see holes in it. If you do not see holes in it, see, I'm turning my spatula on the back side of it, kind of going up under it just a little bit. If you don't see holes, that means you didn't put enough water. The first one is always your practice one. Always the practice. These things are so good. I need a platter of them. I have taken them to church to our Bethany Gold before, and they loved them. Get you a fork, y'all, because you're fixing to turn it over, and you don't want to slosh grease everywhere. So I'm just going to use this as my second hand, like this. All right, let's cook that side. Come over here and look. Okay, and that one's ready. You don't keep cooking it till it's totally brown in the middle, because if you do, the edges won't be good. Drain it really good. Put it over here. Take your spatula in case something's stuck, because you're fixing to do another one. Here we go. And stir it each time too, because sometimes it won't. See, it's so easy. It's so cheap. All you need is cornmeal and water. Feed your family for a week on this stuff. And the reason I only use 2 spoonfuls is because of the amount it makes. It makes a lot. Take the back of your spatula. You're doing this. You're not doing this now. You're taking it and putting it down there like that, away from it, and then kind of just do around a little bit, kind of loosen it. Okay. After it's kind of doing a little bit. Y'all, listen. This is what we call a staple. In other words, when you just get in there and you cook you some cabbage and you just need a little cornbread, well, this is it. Turn it over. Let's cook it on that side a while. You might cook, if yours was a bigger surface area, maybe 2 or 3 little bitty ones. I have done one that was about as big as the whole plate. It'd be that big around. But they're real thin. And I've got the story about this in my cookbook on Lacy cornbread. I tell y'all all about that lady. Okay, let's go to the next one. Remember to stir it just a little, because your water will want to come to the top. Get you a nice spoonful and put her in. I just got through cleaning all this area right here. I cleaned my lamps, my backboard, my stove, my sink. I did it all. And now here I am in here frying again. But y'all, I'm hoping that little paper sack method will work. Now, I had a man that made me a bee catcher, and it works great. It's a jar that he's made a little wooden box with a hole in it. And the bees think that that's their hole. They go in it and can't get back out. They're in the jar. And it worked too. It worked. When it gets kind of crispy, a little bit around the sides, that is when you're going to start working with it. Y'all, is your mouth watering? Is your mouth watering? It ought to be. Because I'm telling you, this is some good stuff right here. But you cannot make it with cornmeal mix. You can't make it with self-rising. Oops, I got to burn that one sitting here talking to y'all. You have got to have stone ground meal. I get mine locally. All right, here we go. Got that. All right, let's make another one. Look how pretty they're looking. See that? I'm going to eat one in front of you in just a minute. Just to tempt you. I'm going to tempt you. My kids, when I'm making this, and they're here, grandkids and big kids and all that, I can't get the platter full because they keep walking back and forth in my kitchen and grabbing one and taking it. And I'm just standing up here cooking and cooking. They keep eating and eating before the meal. My kitchen is the center of the house. It's right here. My den's out there. My dining room and sitting room's in here. I got bedrooms that way and bedrooms that way. So to get anywhere in this house, you have to come through my kitchen. You have to come through my kitchen. So therefore, everybody eats every time they walk through the kitchen. They grab them something. I'm going to show y'all a close-up of this in just a minute. All right, this next one is our last one. I have to cook them all because I'm fixing to eat them all. Pick it up like that with your fork and your spatula. Just hold it like that. Get all the grease off of it. All right, here's the last one. So on the last one, I'm just going to pour it right out of the bowl. It's probably really big. See how big the last one is? God, isn't it? Y'all see me keep adjusting my heat. I've got it on 8 right now. I don't know if you could do this with olive oil or any other kind of oil, but you're welcome to try. I just always use vegetable oil when I'm trying to do this. I never have used bacon grease or anything like that. All right, let's turn it over. And we're just about through, so let's be fixing our plate. And we'll move these to the side. Let's fix it our platter. That's more like it, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to take this one up. It's ready. Drain it. Put it on my paper towel. Turn that off. Move this off of the eye. I always move it off the eye just for safety's sake. All right, let's eat. Let's eat. Y'all come over here and let's fix our plate. Uh-oh. I pulled the light off. Give me a minute, I'll fix it. Just give me a minute, y'all. I'm coming, I'm coming. Glory to me. All right, here we go. All right. Now, So we've got our cornbread right here. And we're fixing to fix us whatever else we're going to eat with our cornbread. And I'm going to show y'all what's a really good meal for me. For me. All right, I'm going to get out some pickled okra that was given to me. I can't find my top that I had on it, but this is some pickled okra that a follower sent me. I'm gonna get me out 3 or 4 pods of that. I love pickled okra. All right, we've got our okra. Now let me get this. I'm gonna do a half a tomato because these things are so big. I mean, they're huge. So I'll just do a half one. Let me rinse it off a little bit. Oh, I want to show y'all this too. I just took this out of the carton, but this was brought to me today. These country eggs. Aren't they pretty? It's got green, brown, white, everything's in it. Yeah, all of it. Well, what did I do with my tomato? There it is. All right, so I'm just going to cut this in half. And sometimes when I'm eating like this, I don't want my tomatoes in a slice. It seems like I just can't. That's got a lot of white in it, hasn't it? I'm going to cut that part out. Sometimes I like to do my tomatoes like this. Just cut them in cubes, and that way I can just stick my fork right in it and take a bite without cutting it when I've got cabbage and stuff like that. Okay, put my tomatoes on the plate right there. There's our cornbread. I'm going to show y'all that one. Okay, now let me get my cabbage. And here's that big one. It's drained now. Look there, it's about as big as my head. Let me get my cabbage out. I do though, I try to eat cabbage at least once a week. It is so good for you. I just put a little water in the pot and steam it. I put a little butter in it today, about 2 sticks. I mean, 2 sticks, listen to me. 2 pats of butter. But sometimes I just put a little bacon grease or whatever. It doesn't really matter, just whatever you like. But you don't put much water. Now, you don't cover the cabbage in, we want salt and pepper on our tomatoes. You do not cover your cabbage in water. When you cook cabbage, just put about that much water in the bottom of it and watch it carefully. All right, here's our meal for today, for lunch. Let me pull my okra out there where you can see it good. I'm going to take a picture of it. It's pretty, isn't it? Okay. Now here is our Lacy cornbread. Now the reason I'm picking it up separate, I want you to see this. I want you to see, first of all, how thin it is, like that. It needs to have holes in it, because that's the lace. Here's that last one I did, right here. See the difference in size? Sometimes it'll cover the whole skillet. It's real crunchy. One time, Hannah had made some guacamole dip, and it was so good. So she calls over here, and Hannah's my daughter, in case some of y'all don't know. You're watching Cooking with Brenda Gantt. Oh, that's what you're watching. All right, anyway. So, she called over here, and she said, Mama, if you got any chips to go with our guacamole, we will have it that night. And I said, no, I hadn't. You have to use those corn chips with that, something thick. I said, no, I don't have any. And I said, but I tell you what I will do. I'll make some Lacy cornbread, and that's real stiff. We'll use it. She said, okay, bring that. So I did. And this thing is hard. don't know if you can tell it. See? Especially around the edges. That you can dip with it. Mm-mm. Lord's been mighty good to us last night. We got rain. I am so thankful. I am so thankful to him for sending us some rain. And Lord, I'm thankful for this food that I'm about to eat too. Do y'all know how to cook something without buying it in a box? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm going to finish my meal. We're thanking the Lord for it. And to be with our nation, be with our people, but to be with those who are down today because something terrible's happened in your family. You've lost a loved one, or there's been a divorce, or something happened to one of your grandchildren. Let me tell you something. Pray for all that's on your heart. Pray for it. Pray for it. If somebody's lost in your family, pray for them. You may never see them saved, but that doesn't mean they won't be after you're gone. Don't ever quit praying for them. And pray for those babies of yours. Pray for your husband. Lord, the husbands, they've got a burden. They're trying to make a living, trying to be a good daddy, trying to be a good wife. They come in tired. A hug is worth 1,000,000 words. Grab him. Hug him tight. Tell him you love him. Because let me tell you, it isn't fun when they leave you. And you don't get but one chance at it. So you got one chance to make a good life, to make the best of it. I love y'all. Have a great day. And God bless you. And remember to pray for everything that's on your heart. And pray for other folks. They need it. Love y'all. Bye-bye.